And we're live on the first day of early voting. Let's see, put on my I voted sticker in the right spot. Well, welcome to Mondays with Miko. It's the first day of early voting edition. Yay! All right, I'm so excited to be here with you guys. Whew, it seemed like it was forever ago when I announced that I was running for mayor of Mullins. And now today is the first day that folks are able to actually go to the ballot and vote today. And I voted, y'all. I voted. So let me just go ahead and queue up a few things. I hope you all had, oh, as many of you were able to vote that wanted to vote today. And today was a very interesting day in the world of politics. I probably won't go too much into a lot of it, but just know your girl is on top of it. Want to make sure that it's going to be a fair election. And I've been involved in elections in Marion County since 2019. Whether that's when I first got involved, that's when I first ran for office, and then I've just been learning more and more as the years have gone in terms of what is a fair election, what does it look like, how should it run, what are the rules, and even still, even today, my husband and I, we was asking Teresa Moody a whole bunch of questions at voter registration office. So no matter how much you think you got it, there's still so much more to learn. And y'all, that's one of my platform things as well, is that I want to make sure that when I'm elected mayor, that we're preparing that next generation of leaders, right? So all those things that I've been learning about Marion County and South Carolina politics in terms of how to run, what you need to do, when, why, and where. And again, still not perfect, miss deadlines all the time, you know. But we're going to be, I want to make sure that that next list of leaders has that kind of head start, the head start that I wish I had, to tell you the truth. So this week, it's another Miko Unplugged. So that means that you guys can ask me anything. As far as what I'm going to talk about, I'm going to dip into my campaign platform, not to bore you guys, but just maybe to just remind you guys about some of the things that I have talked about over the course of this campaign, some of the guests that I've had on various Mondays with Miko over the course of this campaign, and what the plans are, once I am mayor, and how, to continue to keep you involved. So I'm going to talk about that from the campaign perspective. Going to talk about voting. Any questions you guys have about voting, kind of what I'm seeing out there, what it's time to do, what it's time not to do. And then we have some events coming up this weekend. So if all goes well, from gatekeeping, the only source of income to some. Who's Olstein? What Olstein? Jamil, what are you talking about? Are you talking about Joel Olstein? I'm curious. Okay. Anyway. And it's in all caps, so I guess you're kind of mad, Jamil. But yeah, let me know if you're talking about Joel Olstein or some other Olstein. I may have missed. I've been so Olstein. Oh, ooh. Wait, do they pay a living wage, Jamil? Are you willing to say that? How much do they pay? Because I do have a position on contracting, and I'm gonna add that as a question. So I know what you're talking about, Olson. Yep, I know what you're talking about now. So let me just jump into last week, and then while Jamil is contemplating whether he's going to say whether they pay a living wage of a minimum, by living wage I mean a minimum of $15, and then if you're not getting salary and benefits, it should be $25. Um, the decent living wage is $25, but for me, for where we live at, the minimum wage, right, living wage minimum should be $15 an hour. Oh yeah, but see, remember, we're gonna talk about that. I'm not gonna put a private company on blast on Facebook. Okay, so let me just tell you. So Jamil is asking about a private company that gets contracts from another company that has federal contracts, right? So here's the thing. I was a contractor when I was in corporate America. I was a contractor, for goodness, for a lot of years. I was a contractor maybe for 6 years. This is my position on contracting. When you contract, you get to negotiate your rate, right? Now, again, I'm not sure how it works with Holstein. I have to do some more investigation there. But when I contracted, I negotiated my rate. And for me, what I did when I contracted, it didn't matter to me what they were getting from the source, as long as I was getting my worth. And as a contractor, you got to make sure that, especially if you're not getting benefits, that what you're getting includes a 30% gross up. If they're not, and I would say whatever you think that hourly wage is that you should be getting, you should be at least 30% over that, right? So in terms of how do we stop any one specific company, we really can't. This is what we need to do in terms of one specific company that some of us feel may be taking advantage of others. We got to bring in more competition, right? When we bring in more competition for decent living wage jobs, then they're going to start to see, because they don't get paid unless you get paid, right? So once they see that there's other competitions, there's other opportunities for people to get jobs, things will turn around because it's their livelihood as well. So Jamil, I hope that may not answer your question, and we can talk one on one about that. But I know I know the feeling. I understand the challenge there. So last week I had a town hall, which was fabulous. It really was. I appreciate all those that attended, that sent questions. My friend LaShonda Neesmith Jackson, Florence City Councilwoman, the hardest working city councilwoman, the hardest working and favorite city councilwoman in Florence. I thank her so much for coming down and being willing to facilitate the question and answers. It was really great. And I just enjoyed hearing from you all kind of what's on your mind about Mullins. We talked about everything from streets to potholes, that big potholes in certain parking lots, to um, a municipal pool and benefits of a municipal pool. So that was really, it was a really great day. And we did live stream it, and I do apologize because the sound was very muffled. We should have worn like mics, and then it would have been better for Facebook Live, but we did not. So that means you just got to ask me your questions. You have more platforms that you can ask me questions. So if you're just joining us on Mondays with Miko, this is the unplugged version, answering any questions. Okay. Please like and share. So that was last week, and there were other things. I was out and about on these streets last week. It was really great. I enjoyed talking to everybody, getting the feedback, and if you see me, a lot of you know where I live now. So if you see my car out there, go ahead, blow the horn. I love that. I do. I do. You guys sitting at the corner, blow the horn. Let me know they're sending me some love, especially these last 2 weeks. After election day, stop blowing the horn at the corner. But until election day, go ahead and blow that horn, right? Let's show some love. I really appreciate it. All right, so let's get real. I'm gonna come back to my platform, but a couple things. One, it's time to vote, y'all. Really is time to vote. So if you or anybody you know needs a ride to the poll, you can call our number, which is 843-350-2570. We have volunteers that are willing to take people to the polls. And if you want to volunteer, if you can also go to my website. We do have some stipends for volunteers for taking people to the poll, gas cards. We have donors that have provided, so that we can give gas cards if you are willing to take people to the polls. So you can sign up to volunteer on my website, www.mikoformayor.com. And then, on occasion, if we have something specific, we have donors that are willing to offer stipends for doing certain campaign related activity. However, my campaign team is 100% volunteer. Everybody who is working on my campaign, they're working because they believe in the mission. They believe in the work that we need to do in our community. They're not being paid. They're not being paid to do what they do. We reimburse folk. We raise money so we can reimburse folk, so we can provide food, so we can provide gas cards and things like that. But we do not pay people. We're in this together. I'm the candidate that's running, but at the end of the day, is our community, and everybody in the city of Mullins will have a voice, whether you voted for me or not. So I wanted to make sure that everybody kind of understood that, right? So if you need, meaning that's why I put my number, that number 843-350-2570. If you call that number, it's going to ring to my phone and I'm going to pick it up. And when I'm mayor, it'll be another number, City Hall, and same thing, right? The phone calls will be logged, they will be tracked, and we will know, if we're getting this volume of calls on one specific issue, right? It's not really fair that some of the staff have their personal numbers kind of out there and their phones are ringing off the hook all day. I want to be able to track those things in a database. So one, I'll know what's going on in the town, because we can look at a report and we can say, oh, look, this many street cleanups, or this many potholes, or this many folks that would like to put barns on their property, waiting for the what's it called, permit. So we'll know those things. Okay, so more of that to come after the election. But what I plan to do, again, like I've said, I have 30 plus years of corporate experience. I know how to run organizations, right? Know how to make things run smoothly. And that's what I plan to bring. And some people are saying things are going to be different. I want to think for the better, right? Because I talk to so many people that don't know what's going on in town. They don't know that there's these beautiful parks that are coming. They don't know that Marion Street is going to be repaved all the way down with sidewalks going on both sides, right? As mayor, I'm going to keep you guys abreast. Yes, you can come to the meetings. There's meetings. There's once a month, the city council has a meeting and they talk about these things. And you can present at the city council meeting. But I've been finding, since Rita White has been having the town hall meetings, that's the best place, is to come out to the town hall meetings. Yes, come to the city council meetings, but also come to the town hall meetings, because at the town hall meetings, you're able to have dialogue, and it's been really, really awesome. Really, really awesome. So Mondays with Miko, Unplugged, ask any question. All right. So rise to the polls. One other thing that we all need to be very, very aware and cognizant of, and that is of ballot harvesters. Ballot harvesters are prevalent in Marion County. Without going into too much detail, during the primary season, I was the data person for 2 campaigns that ended up contesting the election. And so that meant that I was the one that was responsible for pulling the data, looking at the results, finding any anomaly. That was my job. And I did it for $0, because I believe that we need to put a halt to the ballot harvesting and ballot and voting cheating fraud that happens in Marion County. So I did it. And it seems like they're still out there. Even though there were 2 hearings, there was a hearing in Marion County and there was a hearing in Columbia, They're still out there. They're still out there harvesting ballots, taking ballots from people, taking votes from people, turning them in, paying people. That is so wrong. So the way we're going to stop the ballot harvesting is it has to start with you. If you, and you may not even know you're a victim of it, but let me tell you how you can tell you're a victim of it. No one should be able to see your vote. In the United States of America, our vote is a secret ballot. Oh, yes, yes, Bobby. Yes, yes, thank you. Our vote is a secret ballot, right? So what that means is that no one should know what or who you voted for. So if somebody is asking you to give them your absentee ballot and they want you to give it to them without sealing it, that's illegal. If someone is asking you to give them your ballot and they are not a family member of yours, that's not copacetic either. One person should only be able to handle 5 ballots plus their own that makes 6. Okay? So if somebody is handling more than 5 ballots, then what they're doing is illegal. Now, when I ran for office the first time, and thank you so much, I do remember going to Pleasant Hill. It was awesome. Really, all the churches. I don't want to even get into naming them. I'm missing one or two, but Nazarene. I got a couple more I'm coming to this week. This Sunday, I'll be at Mount Olive and TCCC. I've been to Bethel Word. I've been to oh my goodness, what's the other one? See, I didn't want to get into naming them. House of God. It's just been a wonderful time of worship. And, when you pray with people and when you worship with them, I feel like an even deeper connection to the community, which is awesome. And I met so many people. I ask one question every time I go to a church. I say, hey, how many people live in the city limit of Mullins? And I get one answer. How many people love someone that lives in the city limit of Mullins? And at all these churches, every single hand goes up. Right? So whether you live here or not, Mullins is heart, right? Mullins is love. So so going back to the cheating, right? So they're still here. I've been getting phone calls since late last week about cheating. Now here's the problem. The problem is that if we do not speak up, then there's little that can be done. So if you're a victim of the harvesting, or if you're a victim of the harvesting, or if you are a victim because you didn't realize that, let's say you didn't realize that what you were doing was considered vote harvesting, meaning that if you're getting paid for a vote, if you know what somebody else has voted, look at yourself in the mirror. Say, is this person my family member? And I know how they voted? Is a candidate paying me for a vote? That's vote harvesting. That is illegal. That is so illegal that now South Carolina considers it a felony. And I don't want to see that happen to anybody. Okay? So I'm telling you, I was a witness in 2 cases. One that was in Marion County and another one that was in Columbia. I was a witness. I was called to the stand to discuss the data. Please don't be a part of this. If your family members are victims, watch out. Don't let them be a victim, because it not just hurts your family member, it hurts our community. Okay? So any questions on that, feel free, call my number. And again, if you feel that your vote is being disenfranchised in any way, call my number. There's voter protection numbers and other people that we can call. Okay. And again, the people that do the vote harvesting in Marion County, they're real good. They're really good. They've been doing it for a long time. So please don't be embarrassed if you're caught up in it, because it's been done this way for so long, you may not have even known that this is what it was, but it's illegal and it's wrong. Okay. Um, so more to come on that, but just know that ballot harvesting is a crime. It's a crime that impacts our whole community. Talk to you about if you need rides to the polls. All right. So my platform, real quick. I'm gonna figure out one of the things I'm gonna talk to you about. Economic development, housing, and city beautification. On economic development, remember, if you go back to other episodes of Mondays with Miko, I had an episode where I brought in my sons and they talked about their electronic vehicle batteries, cars. So cars that just run on electric, that's it. They don't have no engine, they don't have no carburetor or any of that other stuff. They just run on electric. And one of my ideas is to bring the EV charging station to Mullins and then create the infrastructure around it so that when people come here to Mullins, they want to stay. So next year when they come back to Myrtle Beach, or 6 months later when they come back to Myrtle Beach, they'll be like, you know what? Let's stop in Mullins. We had a great time when we stopped in Mullins. Let's bring our pre-vacation money and spend it in Mullins because we're going to need electric charge. Okay. So you could go back and look at that one. And then also I had Cynthia O'Ford on a Mondays with Miko, and we talked about the Youth Entrepreneurship Commission, where we're going to be working, helping young men and women, young ladies and guys like Ty Godfrey and like Madison, the farmer, to help shore up their businesses, right? Because they're business women and men. And how awesome would it be when we have young people in our community that have a drive for business to help them so that when 5 years later down the road, they're on the road to success, not just starting over, right? And then, of course, there is, I talk a lot about my background in corporate and, negotiation skills and labor, contract reading skills. And, I've run multi-million dollar budgets for years and years and years, hired people, built teams, all of that I've done, built my own businesses once I retired and even before retirement. Because honestly, y'all, if it wasn't for two things, I would not have been able to retire at the age of 50. The first thing was Obamacare, because I needed insurance, and my insurance covered my whole family, well, and corporate America. So having Obamacare was a big deal. The second thing was having our own business. My husband and I had started Pick 42 Entertainment, and we had a DJ business, all 5-star reviews. So, we had a very effective business. So because I had a business to fall back on, I was able to say, I'm going to follow my dream, my heart, really, because I had one dream before 2019 and it changed. So my heart was to retire from corporate America and do community work. But I couldn't did it if I didn't have a business. I couldn't did it if I didn't have Obamacare, but I did. Okay. So, that's kind of the economic development platform. And then on housing, we've seen some things come that you guys can see some of the things coming through from my heart. One is NACA. Last Saturday, Pick 42 Foundation had a program that I had started. I've been planning and praying about for quite a while, and it finally came to fruition, y'all. 200 people attended a home mortgage seminar right here in Mullins for the first time in a rural area. How exciting is that? In the PD, for the first time in the PD. And we had 200 people show up. I bet you even those planners were surprised that we were able to get 200 people to show up interested in having home ownership. And we're going to help them. When I say we, I mean the foundation. So if you attended the NACA home ownership, and if you have any questions or if you're having some challenges, maybe getting paperwork, go ahead and call over to the foundation. They're there for you. They're there for you. We're going to see our community own homes, achieve the dream. You can do it. Anything that is worth having is worth working on. Okay, it's going to take some work. And then city beautification. I was talking to a gentleman. He lives in the apartments that are behind me, and I always see him walking his grandson. And and so this time I was like, I got to meet this grandson because I was pulling up and he was just coming at my house. And so I get out the car and I says, I see you, I see you walking, pushing the stroller. Who's in there? And he told me it's his grandson. His grandson calls him Papa. And I said, oh, okay. And I said, I have 6 grandkids too. And my husband loves to walk and go, take my grandkids on a walk. Really, my husband thinks it tires him out, but he does it. Right. So one of the things though is sidewalks, because right before you get to my house, there's no sidewalk. And then he had to turn down Dogwood Street and there's no sidewalk. So he's walking, and the wheels are all bumping all over the place. We need sidewalks in our community. It's so important for us to have sidewalks in the community. When you talk about city beautification, that what makes us look like a normal community. One with sidewalks, no potholes, beautiful trees that are trimmed, right? Those are some of the things that we'll do, and we'll work on those things. It's good to know. Did I already tell you guys about Marion Street? That's going to have, it's going to be paved and sidewalks all the way down Marion Street going to the high school. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. So, and that's city beautification. The last thing I'm going to leave y'all with is this. Yay! My friend, Mr. Anthony, is presenting with the Friends of Miko Pickett the intra-squad scrimmage. That is going to be on Saturday. The doors will open at 3 o'clock. Kickoff will begin at 4 o'clock. There's going to be, I think there's going to have some food trucks out there. And it's going to be a basketball game, y'all. Bring the kids. Let's have fun together. They're going to face off in a friendly game, and we're just going to have a good time. Saturday is also a day that you can vote. So you can vote on Saturday from 8:30 to 6 o'clock on Saturday. Okay. So please come out. You don't have to live in the city limit of Mullins to come down and enjoy the intra-squad scrimmage. There's no charge for this event. It's just going to be good, clean fun for the entire family, and food trucks will be there, and I'll be there, and my team will be there. So, we're having a lot of fun. And more of this is to come in Mullins, because we are indeed stronger together. All of us in the city of Mullins, and those who love the people who live in the city of Mullins, those people that are from Mullins, those people that own businesses in Mullins, those people who like to shop in Mullins. We all are vested in this community together. And I cannot wait. I cannot. Will it be easy? No. It's not going to be easy. Will there be some people that, won't want to see us succeed and work together? Maybe. But that's all right. We're still going to do it. We're still going to do it because we are definitely, definitely stronger together. But we can't see this. The Stronger Together movement, which is an extension of Reimagine Mullins, right? Remember, I'm the only candidate in this race that's endorsed by Robert Woodbury. But the Stronger Together movement cannot happen without your vote. The people make the decision, right? Do we want to go back? Because I'm not going to say status quo, because status quo is great. Robert Woodbury, hey, Katina, yep, let's go Mullins. Status quo to me is great. We've went a long way. Robert Woodbury has put a lot of irons in the fire. And he has asked me to take him across the finish line, and I will do that. But I can't do it without your vote. Right? We don't want to go back to pre-Robert Woodbury. Let's move forward together. And I have one more Mondays with Miko with you. Or do I have 2? Let me see. Let me look real quick. I have 2 more Mondays with Miko. And since I announced in July, I've shared my platform, I've shared my heart, I've shared my family, and I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm ready to go to work. But now I need you all to go to work. It starts with a simple vote, and the vote is free. The scrimmage is free too, y'all. But the vote is free. So, you can go Monday through Saturday. So you can go tomorrow. You can vote tomorrow. I voted today. You can go tomorrow at the Marion County Admin Building that's directly behind the McDonald's and the Bojangle. You can go there between the hours of 8:30 and 6. And I went, the line looked like it was long, but they keep it moving because there's like 6 polling places in there. So they really, really do keep it moving. And the conversation in line is pretty cool too. So you may need to carve out, 20 minutes of your day to do it, but it's worth it because y'all, we don't know what's going to happen on February 5th. Don't leave it to chance. Please go. Let's go vote now. Let's go vote early. And I think that's it, y'all. I wish you all a very wonderful week. And again, when you see me on the streets, I love it. Please continue to show me love. It's motivating your girl. Continue to show me love. When you drive by, beat the horn. If you see anybody with a Miko for mayor, a magnet on, show them some love. Beat the horn. Give them a thumbs up. We got 2 more weeks to go. All righty. Love you all. I'll see you soon.